the next thing that I want to talk about are two things, but they're kind of together: trouble and issues. So there's this woman who says that she was assaulted by a worker on a catamaran, and then when she reported it to Roxanne, she had a woman who was only there a day earlier, so not even long enough to have happened to her. This other woman had backed her up and claimed that it happened to her as well, but in a lesser manner. Okay, so Roxanne she said she had to do a couple steps that need to be taken, including letting security and immigration know about the incident, and that she needed to write down this incident that happened, which she did. There was a few other steps that had to happen, including having a meeting with the Elegance manager, Blanca. During this meeting, she refused to talk to the police, which I found out later. So that reminded me a little bit later that she had actually told me about a story a couple days earlier where she woke up middle of the night, felt hungry, went to the beach restaurant to order food. When she sat down on a beach chair, which is literally a couple minutes away by walking, this person who was there supposedly hit on her, tried to touch her, and whatnot. Now, looking back at it, she had to clearly lied about that incident, just to tell me a story, maybe to set up a story later. So I'm thinking, okay, that's whatever. She's told me this, and clearly it must have been a lie. I mean, why do you tell me a story a couple days earlier and then suddenly an incident happened while you were on a catamaran? So, and then she gets somebody who, of course, was only there literally one day, not even, to back you up. She was going to ruin a Cuban person's livelihood and life for no other reason. I don't know her true motivations, but with the evidence given, it was probably just to get something for free, or something of that nature. Because another thing that she told me during the couple days prior to, or during that time, she told me a story, and her friend who was there with her friend wasn't like with her friend, but she met him there. They both tell me how they lied to get free stuff on the resort. They both lied just to get free stuff, and that I should do it too. Never did. I never did. I refuse to lie because I'm not a liar, and I'm not going to lie to get shit for no reason. Now, those equal up to 2 + 2 = 4 to me. She lied. I can tell. Based on the evidence, she lied. She just wanted to she's going to ruin a Cuban person's livelihood and life for no reason other than to get something for free. Now, there's a few other things that I want to mention, but nothing else happened after that. A couple minor things that happened to me. One being, I ordered a drink in the lobby, in the Elegance lounge, during lunchtime or whatever. Amelia was there. I got my drink from the gentleman. I took a sip of it, and it had alcohol in it. Now, they know that I don't drink alcohol, but for some reason, they gave me alcohol in my drink. I went, "Bah!" I spit it out. Not literally, but I did. It was just enough to taste it. And I'm like, oh, freaking disgusting. Amelia comes over to me. "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, this is like, what's wrong with your drink?" I'm like, "There's alcohol in it." She knew. I wasn't calm about it. I wasn't mean or anything. She's like, "I'm so sorry about that. I know that you don't have alcohol in it." So she said something to them in Spanish. They gave me a new drink. And she kept profusely apologizing. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Like multiple times over a course of at least 5 to 10 minutes. I said, "It's okay, Amelia. It's okay. It happens. I mean, stuff happens. It's okay. I'm sorry about that too." I'm like, so there was another morning where I was there for 15 or 20 minutes for breakfast. I had already ordered my breakfast. 2 tables come waltzing in within a few seconds. They get their meal. 15 minutes. What the heck? Why are they getting their meal? I walk up to the bar. This lady by the name of Cheeky. Well, her nickname's Cheeky. I guess that means little lady in Spanish. It's a nickname, little Cheeky or Chicky, not little Cheeky. So anyway, after like 15 minutes, and they've already got their meal, and I'm like, how's that even possible? It's very rare that things like that ever happen. I waltz up to her at the bar, and I said, my meal's not here. These guys already got their meal, and they've been here 15 minutes. I've been here almost a half an hour by this point, right? But anyway, she looks, gives me my meal. So sorry. Okay, minor again. There was another evening that I went for dinner. I ordered my meal from Fernando. Fernando always is the one that takes my order because he speaks better English compared to the other ones. I mean, he says his English is not good, but he speaks good enough that we communicate way better than some other people. Okay, great. This one woman was acting so freaking weird, man. Like, she was weird. She kept talking to me in Spanish. I told her several times, what's going on? Like, I don't speak Spanish. What are you saying? She's like, oh, that's okay. And after a while, it's like, okay, it kept happening. She ended up, they gave me okay, so they usually take my starter, main course, and desserts. I got my main course. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where's my starter? Got my main course. I ate it. Okay. Then they come up to me, want my dessert? I'm like, no, I would love my starter first. I ordered my starter and I only got my main course. Fernando happens to come waltzing over there, and I said, yeah, Fernando, I mean, I ordered my starter and I never got my starter. I got my main course. Like, what the heck? He says something to them in Spanish. Then I got my main course, or my starter, but I already had my main course, so I couldn't eat that again. So when my starter got to me, then I had my dessert. Minor, and then the lady being weird. And then I've never seen this lady before. And then a guy as well, another day as well. And it was like, these people were like, who are these people? Anyway, so I'm like, it was just weird stuff going on with that. And then, the order not coming in properly. Okay, whatever. So anyway, whatever. Life goes on. So there was another small issue at the end of the week that I was there. At the end of the time I was there, I had an issue with my bank. And last year I called my bank, no issues. I called for free, no issues. I called the reception, said I need to make a phone call to my bank. It's a 1-800 number. Now, I don't know anything about 1-800 numbers Cuba. I Googled later, and it's supposedly I can make 1-800 numbers from Cuba as well. But I guess maybe something is different with the resort itself, because I had to go to the front. And so this lady says to me, oh, I'd be billed for making a 1-800 phone call. What are you talking about? I guess maybe the resort does allow you to make phone calls, but they'd have to get somebody to let you make a call outside of Cuba, even though it's supposedly supposed to be free. I guess maybe the resort charges you for a fee to make the phone call. But this woman was like, basically, simply put, I kept telling her, I got no charges last year when I called my bank card company. Why is it now you're telling me I get charged? Like, this makes no sense to me whatsoever. Why I would be charged for a phone call outside of Cuba when last year nobody charged me last year, and I made a friggin' same type of call. She kept going on and on and on, saying it's policy basically, and that I've been here. She says, I've been here since the day they opened this resort. It's been like that. She shows me a piece of paper and she points at it right here. Look, I didn't see it at first. I'm like, where? I don't see it. And then I missed it. I missed reading it. So it's like, oh, okay. But why would they do it last year? I kept going right back to that. Oh, well, she basically refused to budge at that point, and she was stubborn. On my right, at the reception, was Roxanne that morning. She came in a tiny bit later. She was over in that area by reception. She come waltzing over. Of course, first thing that Roxanne did was, like, no offense to Roxanne, I love Roxanne wholeheartedly. She talked to this lady. They spoke in Spanish. Of course, I don't speak Spanish. They said something. She said something to Roxanne. No, you're not allowed to make phone calls unless you pay for it. And I said to her again, I'm like, why did they do it last year? Why is it that they make pick and choose when they're allowed to make phone calls for free? What, you're allowed to make it pick and choose when you charge people? And when I'm allowed to do it for free? Is that how that works? She's like, I don't know what happened last year. I'm sorry, but policy is you get charged. Okay, whatever. That's one of the only things that ever happened to me that I was not happy about. Like, I was livid when that happened because it made no sense to me how they 1 minute will allow me to do it and the next minute they're not allowed without being charged. Anyway, so that was one thing that really upset me, and that was the only woman. And one more thing that I want to say about that lady. She says, "Oh, I've been here since they opened the place." Where have you been? I've been here for 3.5 weeks, and I've never seen you this whole time. I come here on a frequent basis to the front area, and I've never seen this woman. Yet the lady that checked me in, the short, stout lady, every so often I'd see her, like once or twice a week I'd see her. Hello, hola. Why didn't I see her? She claims otherwise. Like, this woman, I don't know what's with this woman, but this woman, I don't know. Anyway, again, you think about how I look at things. I have never had an issue like this before, and this is the first time that I've ever had a woman at this resort, or any person at this resort, acting like this. And she refused to budge. It's like, anyway, I was livid at her attitude, her poor, pissy attitude, and the fact that she tries to tell me I've been here for all these years. No, where have you been? I've been here 3 weeks and I haven't seen you once. This is the first time I ran into you. Where have you been? I've seen this guy here before. There's a guy with her. I've seen him once or twice. I've seen that little short stubby lady, but I've never seen her before. And that's why people like that, I'm not impressed about. Other than that, that was the only thing that I didn't like that happened to me when it comes to my own personal situation. Crazy. But anyway, that's what happened to me with that situation at the very end of my stay, thankfully. That's funny how it's ended at the end of my day. My day's there. So anyway,